Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Now with the Bikepark season being over officially, I will be reviewing my top 5 bike parks of the year and give you guys a good hint of what I prefer when I ride bike parks and just do a fun little top 5 of the best places that I went to this year. So a few things before starting is that for example, I can just say, for context, that I have not been paid, sponsored, or anything by any of these bike parks. This is just my 100% genuine opinion. Something else is that I'm just reviewing the trails. I am not going off of like restaurants and stuff like that, type of lift. I'm just 100% going off of the riding and how much fun I am having when I go there. Riding the trails, because at the end of the day that's why we go to bike parks. We don't go there to eat good food, although that's always a bonus, of course. Something else is of course that this is just my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm correct, everyone else is wrong. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, so just because I have my certain top 5 doesn't mean that it's right or wrong. I would love to hear you guys' opinions in the comments. What do you agree with or what do you disagree with, and why? And basically, I have my style of preference when I go to bike parks and what kind of trails that I like, so it's obviously gonna influence my top 5, and it will most likely be very different to someone else's that has been to similar bike parks. Something else is that this is a very tricky bike park video to make, or this top 5. I've been actually on 35 bike park days, not 35 different bike parks. I've been to 15 different bike parks. So I just want to say that it's not an easy video to make. I was thinking that maybe I would squeeze it into a top 10, but then it's like 2/3 of the bike parks that I've been to that would be included. So I managed to narrow it down to a top 5, although that was difficult. So I just want to clear that out, that not a single bike park day that I've been to has been bad, or I've regretted it, or I hate any of the bike parks. Every single bike park is great that I've been to. And a lot of the bike parks that didn't make this top 5 I would still have loved to fit in somehow, but I just couldn't. There's just not space enough for that. And the last thing is that my local bike park Valåsen I will not include, and you might be wondering why. And it's simply the case that I've been to Valåsen more than 10 times both the years that I've been riding downhill, and it's just too hard for me to rate the bike park that I've been to so often compared to some other ones. The most that I've been to any other bike parks is 3 times. So to me it's just impossible to rate a bike park that I've been to like 20-30 times compared to the other ones that I've been to most 3 times. So I would just say that Valåsen is a great bike park. I really enjoy it, especially if you're a tech kind of person, because that's what the bike park leans most towards. But great trails, a lot of fun, challenging trails. They all have their own identity. Also good for beginners. There are a few easier trails that you can get down on, so it's a good bike park if you're somewhat new as well to learn and get into it. It was the first bike park that I went to, of course, because it's my local one, and it was good for me to for a beginner. So I'll recommend the bike park, but I will not include it in this video, simply, like I said, because I've been there so many times and it's so hard to rate it next to the other bike parks. Now, with that out of the way, here's the bike parks that I've been to this year, and basically the bike parks that are in the running to be in the top 5. I've been to Valåsen, like I said, but I will not include it, but might as well mention it. Then I've been to Kisa mountain bike park. Please. Bollekollen. Ski bike hike. Lucky Stupid.
Whatever you call this. Really enjoy that start part as well. Out into this is really nice as well.
Alebacken. Buket Bike Park.
It just starts off with this drop. I think I really like get some speed from here and into this little chute here.
Västjöbacken. Flottsbo.
Like, yeah, I don't wanna mess with this trail in the wet. Still.
Kiesberget.
Quick. Here's this roll into these small little chutes.
Hanaslöv Bike Park. Liseberg Bike Park. Kungsberget.
I think got that nice too.
Järvsö Bike Park and
Oh yeah. That felt fine. No, we have this one.
Lufsdalen Bike Park.
I think I can trust these berms a lot more than I am. Got it done this time. This is such a cool trailer. I really love this chunky nature of this trail.
So, yeah, I think with that, I think it's time to jump into the top 5. Oh yeah, something that I forgot to mention as well is that obviously I'm only including bike parks that I've been to this year. So I know that, for example, that some people have Water, for example, but I have not been there. So obviously I can't review and include a bike park that I haven't been to myself. Although it looks sick, for example, yeah, by the footage that I've seen. And I would love to go there in the future, and then it might be included in a future top 5 or top 10 or whatever it is for the coming years. But basically, the bike parks that I've been to are the ones that are in running to be in the top 5. If I didn't mention a bike park, it means that I haven't been there. So yeah, don't get mad if I don't include a bike park that I haven't been to, because like I said, I must have ridden there too. Yeah. Otherwise it would be very weird of a video. So yeah, jumping into the top 5 now, and in 5th place I have Järvsö Bike Park. And I know that this is one that a lot of people would probably have a lot higher. I think it got voted as the best bike park in Sweden 2023, so last year. It is a great bike park, don't get me wrong. Like I said, this top 5 was so hard to make, so I think the reason why I didn't have it higher is that I'm more tech lenient, and that's the kind of trails that I prefer. That being said, there are good tech trails there. It's just that it leans more towards flow jump trails. They were also a lot of fun. Bao, for example, amazing blue flow trail with great jumps. Also have some side hits that keeps it interesting for people that are more comfortable jumping. Yeah, just great. Yeah, the flow trails are great. It's just that I prefer the tech trails, and there are some really good ones there. And Tuftwood, awesome trail. It's a bitsy, a lot of fun. Christine, too gnarly for me, but sick trail that I hope to get back and ride in the future. And yeah, just a good mixture of everything. This is once again a really good beginner's bike park as well, because there are a lot of green flow trails, blue flow trails. Like I said, Babu is one that, although it has big side hits, you can roll everything without problem. There's a lot of other blue flow trails that are a lot of fun. So this is a really good bike park for every skill. And if you want gnarly stuff, there is gnarly stuff. Like I just mentioned, Christine, super gnarly tech trail, super steep, really cool with the rock slab in the start. Then you also have massive jump trails. I was not comfortable enough hitting. I rolled through Twist, which is the red jump trail, which is a very popular one. But I wasn't comfortable at the time to try to do it proper. Lite for Liten is the black jump trail with massive gaps. So yeah, it is a bike park that really covers every skill level and type of rider out there. And yeah, it is in my top 5 still, and it is obviously one that I would recommend highly, and one that I would love to come back to in the future. I feel like I obviously need to learn a lot more, but I feel like this is a bike park that I would love to go and experience again now with some more experience at least, because I do feel like I would do it a whole lot better than I did then. Although I had a lot of fun on the 2 days that I was there. So yeah, number 5, Järvsö Bike Park. Coming in at number 4 is another bike park that I actually rode during the same road trip, and that is Lofsdalen Bike Park. And this one was one that really blew me away with how good it was. Amazing trails all around. And this is the bike park that has the longest descents out of every bike park that I was to. Some of them even came close to, and I think even the green flow trail came up to above 10 minutes of descending. And some of the other trails came up to like 7, 8, 9 minutes maybe. Yeah, once again a bike park that covers all the grounds. It has the green flow trail, really simple, really nice and easy. It has 2 blue flow trails, one of them being Skogsleden, which is an incredible trail. Once again has that really cool option where there are some side hits. One red drop that was actually pretty, yeah, it was scary for me at the time at least. Did do it, but yeah, it's a trail, yeah, amazing flow trail. Has some really cool features, some really good jumps as well. Then well, what made me love the place is the red trails mainly. Even the trails that are kind of like flow jump trail have this really chunky, rocky kind of ground. It's basically how just the dirt and the ground is there. It is naturally very rocky, so they say that even though they put on a layer of dirt, the rocks come through anyways. But for me it was just a good thing. I love that slight chunk to ride, and thought that was a lot of fun. So yeah, all there, they have 1 black trail and I think 3 red trails. Viper, Venom, Blizzard. There is 1 more red actually, but it's just the bottom part. Basically Blizzard and that other trail that I can't remember on the top of my head goes together. And then they have a black one as well. I think it's called Thunder, if I remember. And yeah, what really made me love this bike park is the tech trails. So Blizzard and Thunder were amazing. Some of the coolest, I wouldn't say it's so much rock work. I don't think they've actually built so much themselves. It's just, yeah, like I mentioned, the natural terrain that is so cool and unique compared to any other bike parks that I've been to, and it still remains even to this day so unique to anything else that I've ridden in terms of the ground. And yeah, still to this day, although I did it in the summer, it's such a unique bike park. It also has a mountain kind of, you pedal up yourself bit that I did not do when I was there, that I've heard good things about as well. But I just stayed at the bike park and I do not regret that one bit. Like I said, just amazing trails all around, and I did not in the slightest expect it to be that good. Nothing like, I wasn't expecting it to be bad or anything, but often you hear things about every bike park that you go to, and I just hadn't heard much about it before. So I came there pretty, like a clean canvas, and it was truly incredible. And that's why it made it into number 4 spot. So number 3 is Kisa Mountain Bike Park. Funnily enough, I think this is a bike park that I think the main issue why it's not higher is myself as a rider. And that's pretty funny to say. So basically, if I got more comfortable, I think that I would just enjoy it even more. And mainly, when I say more comfortable, I mainly mean the jumps. This has a big jump line called Intense, and there's some cool gaps and stuff like that as well on some other trails. Dirty Pamela, for example, has some line choice gaps that you can add as extra features that once again I didn't feel comfortable enough hitting at the time. Still learning to get over my fear of gap jumps. So I think that's a reason why I would just enjoy it even more in the future as I come back, get better as a rider, improve even more. But that being said, this bike park has a lot of amazing things. I would say it's not very beginner friendly. This is not the bike park that I would necessarily recommend if you're brand new. Gold Mine, the blue jump line, is amazing and definitely beginner friendly if you want that. Once again, a really nice blue jump line that has a lot of side hits that are pretty gnarly, but they are fully optional and you do not have to do any of them. And if you just stay to the main line, you can just roll everything. But if you want to go gnarly, it is still pretty gnarly if you want to. Then you could probably do the red tech trails, but then I would say it gets too difficult if you're brand new to mountain biking, so would not be the first one I would recommend if you're new, but if you're more experienced, I could not recommend this place enough. I've had the honor of riding this place both in the wet and the dry. First time being the dry and the second time being the wet. And man, this got difficult in the wet. It was already difficult as it was when I was there for the first time and it was dry. But there were basically features that I rode the first time when it was dry that I just didn't feel comfortable enough riding when it was wet. Some of them being the black ending on Old Guy's Rule. Did that fine in the dry, but did not. I crashed on the first bit, and I got to a point where I had to commit, and I just didn't feel right for me at the time when it was so wet and not a lot of grip. Same thing being the Pro Line, the Intense Rock Roll. Did that in the dry, but did not feel comfortable enough hitting it when it was wet, so save that for a drier day, although I've done it already. But all around just a really good bike park. You can tell that it's built by Oskar Hanström, he's the one that owns it, and if you don't know, he's I wouldn't say ex-professional, I don't think he competes a whole lot anymore. But you can tell that he built things that he wants to ride, and he knows what mountain bikers like, and could not recommend this spot enough. Funnily enough, I think, like I said, as I improve as a rider, this might just go up on the list in the future. we'll see obviously, but I think it will very well, might as well. So yeah, number 3 and podium spot for Kista Mountain Bike Park, which is still awesome and fully deserved. Yeah, 100% deserved. Coming in at number 2 is Ski Bike Hack, or Ulricehamn Bike Park. One of Sweden's newest bike parks, and man have they gone out swinging. Been there 3 times this year. First time I was there all alone in the wet, and it was really sketchy and scary, but still had a lot of fun. Then the other 2 times I've been in kind of like all kinds of conditions there. First time it was really wet and loose and really slippy. Second time it was super dry, and yeah, it was during the summer, so it was super warm and yeah, pretty loose. Third time was probably the best conditions, to be honest, when it was yeah, just a few weeks ago, and yeah, towards the autumn. So it was kind of wet but not muddy, if that makes sense. And it hadn't been raining so much beforehand, so the routes were still nice and grippy. So that was probably the best conditions that I rode in during my free trips. And if you watch my videos from there, there's so much to this bike park. I did that video now just recently where I actually did a road gap, which scared me a bunch. But I did it, and I'm so happy that I did it before the end of the year. We then have yeah, all the jump lines. Tom and Jerry is a big jump line that I'm not comfortable doing properly. I've done some of the features there, if you watch the videos, but far from every jump I've sent there. Sparre is the blue jump line, still big jumps there. You can roll everything though, so you don't need to send them. I've gotten them a little bit better towards the end, but still need to improve on that one. It's for sure the biggest blue jump trail that I know. Then, yeah, somewhat beginner friendly. The green one is very easy to just roll through, it's very simple. The blue one is, like I said, it is tricky if you want to do it properly, but you can just roll through it. Then there's a big plethora of tech trails. The blue tech trail is really simple. The red ones are actually pretty difficult already. And that's something that I will say about this bike park, is that a lot of the red trails here would be considered black in other bike parks for sure. Have some really steep technical bits, some really big drops, some really steep rock slabs, and yeah, really difficult to be honest, and challenging to get down. The black ones, funnily enough, some of them I would almost consider easier than some of the reds, but there's also some black ones that are really difficult. Something that is so cool to see about Ski Bike Hack as well is that every time that I've gone there, there's been something new in terms of trails, and that is awesome to see that they're continuing to build, improve, yeah, just get new trails to ride for us, and keeps it interesting that you have something new to get to every time that you go there. And yeah, I'm always having so much fun there, great vibe in general, and yeah, just good options for every type of rider, no matter what you prefer, if you prefer flow or tech or both. If you prefer both, it's one of the ideal bike parks to go to be honest. So yeah, Ski Bike Hack is number 2 on the list. So, number 1, and this is one that might come to a surprise to some people, but maybe not at the same time if you have actually watched my videos from there, and it is Dyalla Bike Park. I have so much love for this bike park. It's a super tiny hill, a super tiny local bike park. I've talked to so many people and they do not know about this bike park, which is such a shame. It's incredible in my opinion, and this is more towards, yeah, I love tech trails, and this is more indicated towards tech. Once again, I would say that this bike park is not so beginner friendly. Has one, I think it's blue, I almost always mix it together, it's blue or green, and that one is nice and simple. But once again, the red trails get really difficult here as well. especially in the wet, because there are a lot of rock faces, which is awesome. I love riding rock faces on all these trails, or most of them at least. But thing is that when it's wet, it gets so slippery. It's like an ice rink. So my best tip is to go to Alabakken in the dry, because then you will get decent grip. It's still a lot of fun in the wet. I've been there twice in the wet this year and I still had so much fun. It's just a bit of a different challenge. And yeah, the trails here are overall amazing. The last time I went there, I titled the video something like just like the North Shore, but it's a tiny Swedish bike park, because that's exactly what I feel when I go there. Just amazing woodwork, rock slabs, really cool features in general that all feel unique and interesting. It's just not, jumps and drops. It's some of them are like small little double drops. One is like this weird little S-curve that you ride. One drop that is pretty gnarly that I hit last time. Didn't do it too clean, slipped my pedal both times that I did it, but I feel like I've improved my technique enough to, if I go back, when I go back I should say, because that's something that I will 100% do next year. I feel like I will get it cleaner now, because I've improved my dropping technique. So yeah, this is just an incredible bike park, and the thing is that the opening times are a little bit weird in terms of their standard opening time is Wednesdays from 17 to 20 in the evening. But my recommendation is to follow them on Facebook, because they're sometimes, every once in a while, they will have weekend opening times. And obviously that's when I recommend, if you go from afar, to go visit, because then most of the time they're open for 6 hours instead of the 3 during the weekends. And then you really get a good option or opportunity to ride everything. It is, like I said, a really short hill, so the laps are really quick. And that means that you will be able to get everything in and get comfortable on the trails, even if you're only there for one day. Some of the bike parks that have longer descents, you almost need more than one day, but here you will get comfortable enough on the trails to ride pretty fast towards the end of the day. And just incredible bike park. I just love it there, and it's my favorite of the year. What more can I say? It's just exactly the type of riding that I love, and that I lean towards. Like I said, it's not gonna be for everyone. If you like big flowy jump lines, then probably not for you, but for me it is the most incredible bike park of the year for me. So that is my top 5 bike parks of the year. Like I said, let me know if you agree, disagree. Like I said, I fully respect if you don't fully agree with my opinion. It's just how it is. Everyone's gonna prefer different things, and that's totally fine. So thanks a lot guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.